You know, this would be a lot more fun if you subscribed and stuck around for more videos. After all, I am stuck in here. I'm just kidding, I'm not. Or am I? Before we jump into Lux and listening to this, what I hear is a masterpiece of a project, people pointed out, unbeknownst to me, that I accidentally skipped one track from Motomami, Komonji, and I didn't realize it. There were so many tracks, and I think the last time that I accidentally skipped a song was when I was reacting to Kelsey Ballerini, her song with Noah Khan, and I accidentally, I just I don't know how you pulled it off, but I skipped their song, and I had to go back to react to it after. That being said, we're gonna listen to Komonji just before we get into Lux, so that people can watch it, because I promised in the comments of the video that I would be doing so, and then after we're done with Komonji, we're gonna move on to Lux. So bear with me while we do that. I'll probably provide a timestamp in the description if you want to skip this, but sorry for skipping it in true Canadian fashion. Sorry. And let's listen to this. Okay. And then I'll talk more about Lux and getting into Lux. So.
Si no lo puedes tener, lo tendrás que soltar. No estoy a tu lado, pero te deseo paz y libertad. No reces por mí, quiero que sepas que estoy bien.
You wouldn't expect a ballad with a title like Komonji. Ooh, the autotune on it.
Perdona si se me olvida que tu cumpleaños sin más. Tantas baladas se quedarán sin dedicar. Estoy triste si pienso lo bueno que tengo que no puede durar. Solo el amor con amor se paga. Nada te debo y tú no me debes nada. El querer que no sé a dónde acaba. Si encuentro el tuyo.
I love the bass in it versus the piano, the delicateness of the piano versus the roughness of the bass.
Qué pena cuando quieres algo, pero Dios tiene otros planes para ti. No me enamoro de nadie jurado como un G. Ni escribo canciones de amor, pero en esta me doblo por ti. Donde me acogió la noche me perdí. Los faros de los coches me llevan pa' allí. Donde me acogió la noche me perdí. Los faros me llevan pa' allí. Solo el amor con amor se paga.
Her vibrato is so nice.
Y tú no me debes nada. El querer que no sé a dónde acaba. Si encuentro el tuyo, ya será deuda pagada.
I'm getting a good general sense of the lyrics and what they mean, but there's a couple of keywords that I don't know, and I'll have to translate after.
como un G de verdad. Sin guardaespaldas voy por ahí. Que yo mato por ti. Cantándote baladas por la madrugada. ¿Quién me lo iba a decir? Pero que dime, ¿quién se atreve a decírmelo a mí? Que siempre te querré aunque no te tenga. Que siempre me tendrá aunque no me quiera. Que siempre te querré aunque no me tenga. Que siempre me tendrá aunque no me quiera. Jurado como un G.
There definitely is like this like intensity about the track and the production of it. And yeah, let me just translate the lyrics real quick because I'm getting a general good grasp of what it really means, but it's very romantic, but it's you know, being forced to go your own way. Hold on, where Mommy. And yeah, I was familiar with the expression like a G because I like you hear it, especially in movies, in American movies, like in New York or LA. Like it's an expression that it is pretty much used regularly. Hold on, it's not loading. This is one of her most sad songs, actually. It does sound sad. Like when Motomami first came out, this was the song I liked the least, and now it's my favorite. Oh, interesting. Okay, como un G. And then if I look at the translation to English, if you can't have it, you'll have to let it go. If I'm not by your side, but I wish you peace and freedom. Don't pray for me. I want you to know I'm okay. I've got faith, my weapons, and my heart, though I don't know who it belongs to. I don't sleep a wink if I go as if I was bulletproof. Sorry if I simply forget your birthday. Yeah, that I caught on. So many ballads won't get baladas, which is similar to French once again, balade. It's fun because I kind of teach about French at the same time that I'm learning about Spanish, but then we're translating from English. What a mess. I get sad when I think about it all the time. All the good things, sorry, that I have that can't last. Yep. You can only pay love back with love. I don't owe you a thing, nor you to me, that I caught on. That love is not given. Where does it go? Where? Yeah, go to. If I find yours, it'll be a paid debt. If you can't have it, it's better to let it go. It's a shame when you want something, but God has other plans for you. That I remember. I won't fall in love with anyone. I swear, like a G. I don't even write love songs, but in this one I bow to you. Damn. Where the night caught me, I got lost. The headlights on the car that led me there. Where the night caught me, I got lost. The headlights, yeah. Then the chorus again, and then the bridge. Keep me once again. Send me, angel, angels. Yeah. Verse 3, like a real G, I'm wandering without bodyguards. I'd kill for you. Singing ballads to you at dawn. Who would have told me so? But tell me, who dared to tell me that I'll always love you even if I don't have to? That you'll always have me if you don't love me. That I'll always love you if you don't. That you'll always have me even if you don't. Yeah. I pretty much, caught on the first listen. Most of it. So it is really, really, really sad. I think it's really the mix of the production of the song and her vocals together create that like intensity. There's like something in her tremolo, like vibrato, that's sort of fragile. That you're scared it's gonna break. But like I said, there's a roughness in the bass production that's like, whoa. Hi, I came from the YouTube video reactions. I waited for your Komonju reaction. It's my Motomami fave. Hello, Raylinks. I'm hoping that I'm pronouncing it right. Welcome. I hope you're doing well. You kind of caught it right in time, although it'll be posted on YouTube later as well if you missed the beginning of it. But yeah, finally getting to it before we get into Lux. Nice. It's a nice ballad. It's sad, but that's love. Sometimes things are not meant to be, and it's hard to accept. That's the way things are. I'm laughing, but it's not. It's no laughing matter. Okay, which now brings us to the final installment of our Rosalia journey. We have Lux containing 15 songs for 49 minutes. Apparently, it contains about 16 languages, 15, 16 languages. Some of them I'm familiar with, most of them I'm not. There is French, which I'm really excited to hear. And it is quite the masterpiece. I've heard about Berghain. I believe that La Perla was a single that was pushed as well. And then most recently, Sauvignon Blanc. I think there's a music video for it as well. You have a lot of information for me about this album. Okay. Listen, it's going to be a journey, but I'm really excited to get into it. So, without further ado, let's go. Let's start Lux with Sexo, Violencia y Llantas. No worries. We'll catch later. Whoa, the work with the piano. Okay.
¿Quién pudiera vivir entre los dos? Primero amar el mundo y luego amar a Dios. ¿Quién pudiera vivir entre los dos? Primero amar el mundo y luego amar a Dios.
Okay.
¿Quién pudiera venir de esta tierra y entrar en el cielo y volver a la tierra? Que entre la tierra y el cielo nunca hubiera suelo.
I have shivers.
Primero, sexo, violencia y llantas, deportes de sangre, monedas en gargantas. En el segundo, destellos, palomas y santas, la gracia y el fruto y el beso de la balanza.
What story are we talking about?
¿Quién pudiera vivir entre los dos? Primero amar el mundo y luego amar a Dios.
Whoa. Wow. Okay, hold on. I really like it. It flew into it and I really want to live it. But hold on, I have to process the lyrics because what story are we telling exactly? The drama of the piano and there was like a moment of staccato at the beginning, creating so much tension and drama. And there's like such a church vibe to it that's not like super prominent, but just enough. Hold on. That was a crazy opening for the album. Hold on. Okay. I don't know what Llantas is. So I know, I apologize. It's going to be a Spanish lesson once again during the video, but thankfully Ironically, I've been talking to other people in Spanish this week and writing a lot, so I'm good. I was able to process quite a bit. So yes, who could live in between the two? First, loves the world, then love God. Who could enter heaven and return to earth? Yeah. The between earth and heaven there would never be ground. In the first, sex, violence, and tires. Like we're talking about car tires? What? The first and the second refer back to the verse 1. Yeah. Okay. Love the world and then love God. She depicts a world as cutthroat place of fleshy desire and violence, and the second as a holy paradise of salvation. Okay, so it's got like symbolism for innovation and movement and like the commute between people, I guess. I don't know. And then the second flashes dove saints, yeah. Grace, the fruit, and the weight of the scales. Who could live between the two? I feel like we're gonna get a lot of tension in the album of like wanting the good but also being drawn by the bad. Several of the songs are inspired by saints from various ethnicities and religions. Hence the thing with the languages. No, I don't think the deluxe songs are available for streaming yet, but I will do so eventually when they do come out. And this is one of Amada's favorite songs. No way. Okay. Let's go. Reliquia. I think, right? I just want to enjoy the strings. They sound gorgeous. And the melody is so different for her. Okay. She sounds a little different. You lost your tongue in Paris? Your time in LA? Ironically, because it's known for fashion. Okay. I love the melody. What? Oh. Okay. She's international, for real. Yeah, you are, I would say. Wow. Wow. This is kind of like opera, very operatic.
Huyendo de aquí, como huí de Florida, somos delfines saltando, saliendo y entrando en el aro escarlata y brillante del tiempo. Es solo un momento, mar eterno y bravo, la eterna canción, ni tiene salida, ni tiene mi perdón.
What? Wow. I could have taken a whole minute of that, just that outro. Now, I don't know for a fact what Reliquia means, but I have a feeling that it's relic. We're gonna translate the lyrics in a second, but before that, the album basically comes from the search to be closer to heaven and return to earth, as the first track suggests. This is inspired by a saint who has several relics. Around the world, and she compares it to her life because as a pop star, she tours everywhere, creating those memories in those places. Yeah, I definitely saw that. That's crazy. It's not classical opera, correct? The tone is operatic for the high notes. I think this is one of her most personal songs. You know, about the things she mentions in the places she did in the places mentioned. It certainly seems like it, and she really has like shards of memories, right, in all those different places, and she's openly sharing like, oh, this is what I lived in all those places. So let me translate. Me who lost my hands in, I don't know where that is, to be honest. Oh, Spain. Okay. Jerez. And my eyes in Rome. I grew up and I learned shamelessness somewhere around Barcelona. I lost my tongue in Paris, my time in LA, my heels in French, my smile in the UK. Ah, that's what it meant. But my heart has never been mine. I always give it away. Take a piece of me, keep it up for when I'm gone. I'll be your relic. Yes. Okay. I lost my faith in DC, a friend in Bangkok, a bad love in Madrid, and in Mexico, the blood. my bad temper in Berlin, and my art in Granada. In Puerto Rico, courage was born, but the sky was born in Buenos Aires. In Japan, I cried and my eyelashes unraveled. Pestaños. I always remember that. And in the city of glass, that's where I got my hair cut off. Where is the city of glass? Of A Coruña in Spain. Oh, the more you know. But hair grows back, and purity too. Purity is in me, and it's in Marrakesh. I'm not a saint, but I'm blessed. Yeah. Chorus, and then the bridge. Running away from here like I ran from Florida. We are dolphins jumping, going in and out of the scarlet and shining escarlata, yeah, and shining hoop of time. There's only a moment. It's only a moment. Eternal and fierce sea, the eternal song, which the eternal song is a Christian reference, I think, to like one of the. I don't know. I feel like I've heard of that before in church. It has neither an exit nor my forgiveness. Whoa. Okay. The orchestral elements represent the celestial, and the electric elements represent the world, like a bridge connecting the two planes. Wow. We're going to have a lot of fun with this album. She said that heaven was born in Buenos Aires because she said it's the most beautiful heaven she has ever seen. Or sky. Yeah. Okay. Wow. I mean, production, like, vocals are stunning. The production's super interesting. I feel like, obviously, Lux came out in November last year. but I feel like we're gonna have more and more the mix of strings and electronic music. Charlie XCX just released an album like that. I feel like it's something we're gonna see a little bit more of. It's like a trend that I'm seeing potentially come. Let's continue. Divinize. Or Divinize. I don't know. Wait, there's English in there, so maybe Divinize. Jesus. Is that Portuguese? Oh, it's Catalan. Okay. Oh. Oh. And you know what? Now the cover of the album makes a lot of sense. Ooh. I have shivers. There's something so cinematic, but also kind of really emo about it. Like rock punk emo. I think it's a guitar in the back. Wow. Yeah, you think it's the end, but it's only the beginning. It sort of sounds like Jesus. She's almost singing from like this Jesus perspective. Right? It's like, I was made to divinize, but like bruise me up. I'll take on all your sins for you to repent, you know? Wow, those musical outros are insane. Oh. It's the tension between the strings and the rhythm. The rhythm feels like you're running, and then the strings feels like something rubbing you the wrong way. They're beautiful to listen to, but they create this like high tension, which is pretty insane. Yeah, the visual takes a lot of its visual aesthetics. Or sorry, the album takes a lot of its visual aesthetics from the Catholic Church. And this is my favorite on the album today. Maybe it's gonna change. Let me just translate the little parts that I couldn't fully process. But I think I got a pretty good general idea as well. Red and brown fruit. Can you guess it? Obviously, it's the apple, right? At the beginning, Adam and Eve. That is forbidden. If you only looked at it, you'd be safe without biting it, which is very metaphorical for the pleasures of life. And I think we talk about the indulgences also later. But anyway, this goes to the life. Okay, was that we know. Verse 2, I'm always hungry for you. You're the king who commands her. She feels more loved in the vertigo of the body. An absence that satisfies, chasing after grace, pain, a delight, a divine emptiness. The rays of the moon nourish her with coldness, and abstaining in the indulgence she practices out of love. Yeah, it's kind of definitely Adam and Eve reference, but also maybe potentially some commentary on feminism in the sense of like, right? She's the one who is practicing indulgence out of love. She's the one who's dealing with the moon, which often the moon is associated to be more feminine. And the king who commands her, yeah. There's also this like commentary on the role, the feminine role versus the masculine role. The purity of the feminine role, right? The expectation to be that light, to be like, hey, I'm pure and light passes through me, through my body. But it's also tempting to not want to be that, you know? Wow. The second song, Reliquia, is inspired by the legacy of Saint Rose of Lima, a Peruvian nun whose body was split after her death, and many of her limbs are preserved as religious artifacts. Whoa. Okay. It's gonna be a brilliant album because there will be so many different references like that if you don't have the education, you're gonna probably miss out on. So for those who are listening to this on YouTube, feel free to leave all the comments with everything I've missed because I'm sure I'm gonna miss quite a bit. I do my best to make sure the most accurate timestamps are available in my video descriptions so that, you know, you can skip the boring parts and head right for the music instead of me talking. If you're not too sick of me by now and still want to get to know me better, I'm available on social media. Follow me on Instagram, on TikTok, on Tinder, on Bumble. Wait, wrong crowd. Sorry, my bad. Anyway, you know what I mean. But, okay, this is Divinize, and then we move on to Porcelana. Porcelain.
Mi piel es fina, de porcelana, rota en la esquina. Mi piel es fina, de porcelana y de llamana, luz que ilumina, ruina divina. El placer anestesia mi dolor, el dolor anestesia mi placer. Lo que tengo, lo que hago, mi valor. Y el dolor siempre vuelve a aparecer. En ti no creo, hasta que te
Wow.
mi pecho, dentro mi corazón y mi cerebro. Como un cubata cae en mi garganta y se vierte en mi pelo hasta el suelo. Ego Sam Nil, Ego Sam Lux Mundi. Ego Sam Nil, Ego Sam Lux Mundi.
That's Latin,
Ego
no?
Sam Nil, Ego Sam Lux Mundi. Y mi, Ego Sam Lux Mundi.
Okay.
Traje algo pa' que tú te relajes. Aquí tienes este homenaje. Soy la diva del tigueraje. Traje
Wow.
rueda coraje.
The strings are incredible.
Pero a ti te sobra equipaje.
I feel like I'm listening to a movie.
puedo enamorar.
And there's chapters to the song.
Te puedo envenenar y te puedo curar. Yo te puedo elevar, yo te puedo humillar, para bien o para mal.
Okay. That is so impressive. Wow.
Aquí tienes este homenaje. Soy la diva del tigueraje. Traje algo que te pueda coraje. En tu lore falta viaje, pero a ti te sobra equipaje.
What? And we're getting a bit of like flamenco, I think, in the back. The drama. Okay, hold on. This is like after the tension, it's like the light. Oh, insane. Insane. It almost made me feel like I was facing the last boss in a video game that's like super high produced, like well produced and whatever. It's the music adds so much tension and the strings have so much drama in it, and it feels like you're under pressure. Right? And also, I guess to a certain extent, I haven't translated the lyrics yet, so I don't have a full sense of the meaning of the song. But like, you think about porcelain and it's delicate. And it's like, you don't want to break the porcelain, and navigating through life trying to avoid breaking the porcelain feels the way that the music felt in a track. So even from that perspective, there's a whole like metaphor. Okay, let me read a little bit. So the track is inspired by the figure of Japanese Buddhist nun Ryunen Genso. Okay. It's like her view of God changes with each song. First, she is the source, giving herself to people. Then she finds God in the people she loves. To realize God is something beyond comprehension. Okay, this saint disfigured her face. Oh, the Japanese Buddhist. Or rather, burnt it. Several Zen masters, including I can't adventure in pronouncing this. I'm going to butcher it. Refused to accept her as a disciple because her extraordinary physical beauty was considered a dangerous distraction to other monks at the temple. By burning her face, she demonstrated that her commitment to Buddhism was absolute, and she was willing to sacrifice her physical appearance to achieve enlightenment. She hired a London orchestra to make this album. Yeah, that I was aware of, but okay. So that's the backstory for the track. Now, if we go to the lyrics, my skin is thin, made of porcelain, cracked at the corner. My skin is thin of porcelain, and from it emanates light that illustrates or divine ruin. Pleasure numbs my pain, pain numbs my pleasure. What I have, what I do, my worth. And pain always comes back. I don't believe you until you spilled over my chest, inside my heart and my brain, like a cocktail down my throat and pouring into my hair to the floor. Okay. I'm nothing. I am the light of the world. There's a lot of. I see the left the why the album is called Lux. I brought something to help you relax. Here you have this tribute. I'm the diva of craftiness. I brought you something to make you brave. Your lore lacks journey, but you've got too much baggage. Jesus. Okay. It's like it feels. It's very much like old soul, you know. Like it feels like you know everything, but you're so young and you haven't lived anything yet, you know. Um, I can make you fall in love. I can inspire you. I can poison you, and I can heal you. I can lift you up, or I can humiliate you, for better or for worse, transform you. It's kind of this voice of authority of like, don't betray me, don't go against me. I'm too strong for you. I am this bigger thing than life for you, you know? Verse 2. I'll throw away my beauty, okay, before I have the chance to ruin it. Before you have the chance to ruin it. Well, you think I'm crazy? It's a talent I was born with. It's a talent I was born with. I am the queen of chaos because that's what God decided. Wow. Which I'm trying to think like as a metaphor for her life of like, you know, the music is the thing that she's trying to transcend, but people, I guess, also care so much for like clothing and style and hair and makeup and things like that. That it's like, do you really pay attention to my music and my art? Okay. I don't know if maybe it's inaccurate, but I feel like she's like switching perspectives between the verses and the chorus. Like the verses are from the perspective of the nun and the chorus is from the monks potentially, or the not the monks but the actually now I'm not sure what the proper title is because I'm debating too many things, but I guess the Zen masters would be the right term, right? Well, no, I'm wrong because I'm the diva of craftiness. So then, hold on. I don't know if there is a description. Nah, there isn't anything. The Latin section is taken directly from the Bible. Those words are Jesus. Okay. But you know what? At the same time, now that I think about it, I wonder, like, between the languages in the text, maybe, hold on, what? I know it's going to be a lot of back and forth tonight. I apologize in advance, but I just want to make sure, because, like, that's, okay, so transform. I can transform you right here. Then verse 2, is in Japanese. So this is definitely from the perspective of the nun in verse 2. So verse 1. Yeah. I had such a hard time trying to understand this song. I think the descriptions only appear in the part of the genius that has been translated. That makes a lot of sense, but I don't know if hold on. This is the original one. Oh my god. Oh wow. There's a lot and it's all in Spanish, so I'm gonna have a hard time because it's no, there's okay. Oh no, there's a translation in English. These lines evoke kintsugi, a Japanese technique to repair pottery with gold in between the yeah. Okay. Oh wow. And then she's referencing a Leonard Cohen lyric. There's a crack in everything. That's how the light in. Jesus Christ, there are so many things. But you know, generally speaking, I think I get a good understanding of what this is between the section, the what you told me, and I don't want to spend too much time on it, but wow, has the research been done and put into this art? That's crazy. Okay, let's continue. And then okay. This is Italian, no? Oh. Mio Cristo Piange. It's like my Christ, but here. Wow. Christ diamonds, okay. Wow. I'm having shivers again. I think I've had it, what, 3 times so far?
Quando piangi raccogli le tue lacrime e bagna la tua fronte, qualunque sia il crimine. Mio Cristo piange diamante, piange, piange diamante, mio Cristo. Sempre, sempre.
Wow.
Ti porto sempre. Ti porto sempre, sempre.
Oh my god! It's the playing with the volume like that. What?
La verità è che entrambi abbiamo macchia e nessuno dei due può sfuggire di l'altro. C'è sempre qualcosa di te che ancora non so come il lato nascosto della luna una volta svelato, so che non lo dimenticherò.
This is stunning.
Quanti pugni ti hanno dato che avrebbero dovuto essere abbracci, e quanti abbracci hai dato che avrebbero potuto essere pugni. Mio caro amico, l'amore che non si sceglie non si lascia cadere. Mio caro amico, con te la gravità è graziosa, la grazia è grave. Il mio Cristo piange diamanti, piange, piange diamanti.
Oh, the rawness in her tone. That caught me so off guard. I did not see that coming. I didn't even realize there was English at the end. What? Okay, this deserves a what the fuck. What? I'm floored. I felt like I was back in Italy, in Florence, watching an opera. We're gonna have a lot, I think, of that of this feel of being in an opera throughout the project. This one was by far the most like that. There's something about it that just feels transcendental. It's more than just like church or religious. It feels like a piece of soul. There's really, honestly, there's something really magical about that one. Yeah. Okay, hold on. The song is about St. Francis of Assisi and the transformative friendship he had with St. Clare of Assisi. One track on the hold on, I'm misreading it, but yeah, one track on the physical deluxe version is inspired by Joan of Arc and it's in French. Jeanne d'Arc. We'll get back to it. Historically, the two saints inspired. Yeah, we'll get back to the deluxe tracks eventually when they come out on streaming. Historically, the two saints inspired each other spiritually, and even took their spiritual vows together. Okay, now I have to translate that because wow. Hold on a minute. Let's go back. Porcelain. Okay, English version and what really? Wait, to what did I say? I'm confused. Okay, you are the most beautiful hurricane that I have ever seen. The finest of dolmens. What the hell is a dolmen? Oh, a tomb, like a portal type thing. Ah. Would the finest of dolmens would rise for you. You make the earth tremble, and it rises by your side. But when the one who cannot rise is you. But when the one who cannot rise is you. Imperfect agent of chaos, we dismantle ourselves like myths. My king of anarchy, my favorite reckless star. When you cry, gather your tears and wet your forehead, whatever the crime may be. My Christ cries diamond. Diamond. I carry you always, I carry you all. That I understood. The truth is that we both have stains. Neither of us can escape the other. There's always something of you that I still don't know, like the dark side of the moon. Ooh. Was revealed, I know I won't forget it. How many punches were given to you that should have been hugs? Whoa. How many hugs have been given to you that should have been punches? Holy crap. And she's done that a couple of places. Like, it's the second or third time that I see that she like takes the same thing but switches it, and it gives like a whole other meaning to it. My dear friend, love that cannot be chosen and cannot be let fall. My dear friend, with you gravity is graceful and grace is grave. Whoa. And that can definitely be like a two-sided story. Well, not two-sided, but like a double meaning of some relationship or romance in her personal life. Or any form of relationship, really. And then the story of the two saints. But this is a concept album. This is a concept album. If she's taking stories from All Saints and just putting them together as an album, she's a genius. Okay, let's go for Berghain, the first single that came out. And this one has German in it. Wow. With Björk and Yves Moore. Crazy. Are we just talking about a coffee with 1 cube of sugar?
Till you love me. I'll fuck you till you love me. I'll fuck you till you love me. 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 Till you love me.
That is somehow terrifying.
Till you love me. I'll fuck you till you love me. I'll fuck you till you love me. Love me. Love me. Love me. Love me.
Okay, I don't know, for those who have ever played the game Mass Effect, in the second game, there is a downloadable content that you can purchase, or it's now part of the game anyway. And it's this mission, and it brings you to this man that was connected to AI and fused with machine. And like you can hear his voice, and it's so haunting. It's probably one of the most terrifying things I've ever lived. Like I remember playing the game when I was young and just being so stressed because it's like a distorted voice of like, just help me. Anyway, I forgot the name of the mission in the game, but I think the guy's name is like David. And the distortion is like so haunting because it just, anyway, it's the repetition of it. I'm like, love me, love, like it sounds like a threat. Anyway, wow. You probably saw it in my face. I almost had a jaw cramp from having my mouth so wide open. I gotta translate that because I have no idea what it means. I don't understand German, but the ending was something. All the writing for this album was done in 1 year without going to the studio, and then she finished writing everything when she went to the studio. Interesting. His fear is my fear, his rage is my rage, his love is my love, his blood is my blood. Okay. The flame penetrates my brain like a lead teddy bear. I keep many things in my heart, and that's why my heart is so heavy. And of course, again, I know very well that I am tenderness for coffee. I'm just a sugar cube. Okay, yeah, okay. I had the meaning of the sentence wrong, but I recognize the sugar cube. I know that heat melts me. I know how to disappear. When you come, that's when I leave. I'm trying to understand what does that even mean? Hold on. Our first exposure to the song is and the full album is this aggressive German chant. The protagonist of the song forcibly established the oneness or codependence they feel for another. Whoever may be, he may be, it is repeated throughout the first act of the song. Got it. Codependency, which I mean, can also be applied to religion. Like, there is a psychological phenomenon, I guess, of codependency, of like relying on somebody to save you in a certain sense. And then, hold on. Okay, well, there's a couple of things that don't translate well to English. Okay. Good to know. Let's continue. And then Bjork says, his fear is my fear, his rage is my rage. This is divine intervention. This was only in English. And this is kind of like a plead, but what I'm trying to understand is who's pleading? Is it the protagonist that Rosalia is singing from? Or is it the other side? Of like the thirst for power and love, right? Or is it from the same perspective of like, you are me and I want you so much and I want to be one so much that I will actually have intercourse with you until you fall in love with me, right? Because it's the desperation of it. Which makes a lot of sense in the context of like a normal day-to-day relationship, right? This obsession that you have in love that's really unhealthy at times. I just got back what happened. Suddenly it said error and that the stream ended. I panicked. I think that might be on your end because on my end, everything seems to be fine. So I think you're okay. Just refresh. Okay. Okay. And that leads us into La Perla. This is a very different vibe. Whoa. This feels like the romance after the passion, like the lightness after the intensity. Wow. That is so dramatic. I feel like I'm in a circus a little bit. Her vocals! Wow. Her singing voice is so different in this album. Yes, I did notice. It's written right here. Violencia y su esencia.
Bueno, es que, claro, no referirse a él como icono sería para él una narrativa reduccionista, ¿me entiendes? Nunca le prestes no lo devolverá. Salva la perdida, es su especial.
There's something so like
Masterpiece, su colección de breves.
about it.
Si le pides ayuda, desaparecerá. La decepción local rompe corazones nacional. Un terrorista emocional, el mayor desastre mundial. Es una perla, nadie se fía. Es una perla, una de mucho cuidado.
I was under the impression that Perla meant literally the pearl, but I'm not sure anymore. I mean, a local deception, a national heartbreak, an emotional terrorist, and like the greatest worldwide disaster. Also describes my exes. That does sound like a song about an ex. That is also it also has a strong Mexican influence since Yaritza is from Mexico. Okay. Oh, is that vals? Is that how we call it? The type of music like vals? Yeah. Anyway, the one she was going to marry. Ooh. Okay, let's translate it. So, La Perla. Hello, peace thief. Damn, what a strong start. Minefield for my sensitivity. Playboy, a champion. Spends the money he has and also the one he doesn't. Oh, this is bashing an ex. He's so charming, a star of senselessness, a mirage, Olympic gold medal, Olympic gold medal for the biggest jerk. You've got the podium of the great disappointment. Ah, yikes. Chorus, I was able to translate. Okay, he's a pearl. No one trusts him. Oh, it's sarcasm. He's a pearl. No. And one to be very careful with. Yeah. The King of 1314, that I was curious about. To pull a 1314 Spanish expression is a Spanish expression used to when someone is trying to deceive someone else. It originates from its origins is related to the branches, which are numbered in pairs. There are 12, 13, and millimeters, and 14, 15, but not 13. Got it. It's useless. It's useless. Okay. She doesn't know what it means to pay. No, the King of 1314 doesn't know what it means to pay taxes. He's the center of the world. And after that, what else could matter? At last, you go to therapy, to the psychologist, and even the psychiatrist. That I understood. But what is good? But what good is it if you always lie more than you speak? They rebuild you a monument to dishonesty. Whoa. And then, of course, don't pity you. Whoever stays with you gets strained. Always self-invited. Lives in others' houses if he can. A walking red flag. A huge disaster. He'll say it wasn't him. It was his doppelganger. What a diss track. But so poetic. Well, of course, not referring to him as an icon, who would be for him a reductive narrative, you know. Never lend him anything; he'll never return it. Being a lost bullet is his. Okay, so I understood the lost portion of it. Lost bullet is his specialty. Loyalty and faithfulness are languages he'll never understand. His masterpiece, his collection of bras. Shit. If you ask him for help, he'll disappear. Yikes. I would never want anybody to sing this about me. Holy crap. So after the intensity of the previous track, Berghain, right, of like the worshipping of him, it's like it all dawned and everything is like, oh, he's the worst. And now I feel lighter because I've come to terms with that. Right? In one part it says his rock collection because at his concerts women would throw their underwear and he collects them. Oh, that's messed up. That's una perla. It's like someone who is full of bad surprises, shiny and beautiful in the outside, but full of shit. Interesting. Okay, interesting. That brings us to Mundo Nuevo. Yeah, you kind of have to like reset your world a little bit after going through such a realization and enlightenment, literally. Oh, we're getting back those vocals.
Quisiera yo renegar.
Oh.
Yo quisiera renegar.
Wow.
Este mundo por entero, volver de nuevo a habitar. Mar de mi corazón.
Wow.
Volver de nuevo a habitar. Por ver si en un mundo nuevo, por ver si en un mundo nuevo, ay, se encontraba más verdad.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Jesus Christ. Literally. Yeah, I would like to renounce this world entirely to live again, mother of my heart, to live again, to see if in a new world I would find more truth. And we're getting a storyline with this. This is kind of like, you know, the pain. So I feel like we're sort of entering some stages of grief. Like we had the denial of like being mad, or denial. No, we had the denial before with Berghain. We were then mad with La Perla, and then we have. Although denial could not beat this, but like this is more of the sadness of it. Like when you just want to give up on everything, and you're like, I'm not meant for this world. This was too much for me. I'm done. You know, like the deep depression in the process. Okay. Since this is so damaged, there is a lot of evil. And then we have. Oh, there's Russian? Oh boy. Is that Russian or Ukrainian? I'm not sure.
querer te traiga de vuelta. Ja ne szukaju pomsty, pomsta
Ukrainian.
szukає mnie. Ja nie szukaju pomsty. Todos los luceros del cielo se reflejan en mi pelo. Traigo mil
All the lights are the stars in the sky.
Tú haces mi pelo. De madrugá, 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 de madrugá.
What does the Madrugá mean?
De madrugá, de madrugá, de madrugá, de madrugá, de madrugá, de madrugá, de madrugá.
Oh my god, the drama in this album is incredible. I love the strings. Wow. Okay, the Madrugá is at dawn. Ah. Okay, this song is inspired by Olga of Kiev, a Ukrainian empress who would conquer territory to evangelize. Shocker. The song is an old track that she wrote and would perform live during her era, but she never released it until now. Ooh. Huh. Interesting. The cross on my chest calibrates my body. I've got every right to get even. Damn. See, kind of like the conversation I was talking about at the beginning of like she wants to do things, but then she's got like the whole like religious aspect. Really kind of the angel and the devil situation in this case. The chains are too heavy at dawn from looking back so much. There ain't a Glock or a Beretta, which I'll shoot and bring you back. Okay. Refrain. I'm not seeking revenge. Revenge is seeking me. I'm not seeking revenge. All the day stars in the sky shining light down on my hair. Yeah. I've got 1,000 tongues of fire all on my hair. At dawn. It's like a new day. This is like, it marks a new chapter in her life. I don't know if it's literal revenge towards a person, but it's like, watch me switch it up and become the best version of me and like prove to you. Well, actually, you know what? La Perla was much of a revenge already, if I may say so myself, but it's like at this point, like she's flipping the conversation. She's like, I got all the weapons that I need in my arsenal, even though they're not literally weapons, to be able to switch this around and just like win. If that makes any sense. But the songs are in order. I can see a clear kind of like storyline between them. And at dawn is actually a frequent thing, right? Like whenever we see military movies or like the old like knights, they often say like, oh, we are going to attack them at dawn, right? To surprise them early in the morning when like the light is starting to peak, or to appear. It's like, I just remember so many scenes of like, we shall attack them at dawn. So it kind of goes with the whole revenge theme, and like also the sonically, this movie also this album refers to a lot of like the more traditional like Roman times, religious times, back when it was still like knights and you know, and horses and swords. So it does fit with the whole like image of it all at the same time, which is pretty cool. And now we go on to Dios Es Un Stalker.
Si va lento o si vas deprisa, nunca te enteras que soy tu sombra y esa es mi manera.
Okay.
De demostrar que te he pensado y te he extrañado. Yo me sé tus deseos indeseables. Mi aliento es
The production and the bass line is insane.
y por amor estoy detrás. Detrás de ti voy, yo que siempre espero que vengan a mí.
Oh,
Me
wow.
gusta hacer intervención divina.
Uh-huh.
Mi baby, yo lo voy a stalkear para poderlo enamorar. Quiero a mi manera, aquí y a donde sea. Mi silencio golpea, dueña del mundo y de las ideas. Todo el mundo me quiere de su lado. Tengo el buzón explotado. Vivo en las nubes arriba y el diablo presta apretado. Me encanta hacer carreras con el tiempo, a ver cuál de los dos llega antes a ti. No soy una zorra de un momento, soy el laberinto del que no puedes salir. Detrás de ti.
Key change.
Siempre espero que vengan a mí. No me gusta
Oh,
hacer intervención divina, pero a mi baby yo lo voy a
has a bit of a Latin kind of rhythm.
para poderlo enamorar. Detrás de ti voy, yo que siempre he estado tan mal acostumbrada. Y la omnipresencia me tiene agotada, pero este corazón lo voy a secuestrar y perseguirlo sin piedad.
And it literally flew into the next one. Wow. Okay. I feel like, from what I could gather very quickly in the lyrics, it's very much like it's gonna haunt you, right? Life is gonna get back at you for all the shit that you've done. Like, you're gonna be exposed. You're being watched, and like life is not gonna be nice to you. Oh, thank you for the follow, Clappy Juice. The vinyl version has a different, longer version. I like that one better. Ooh, okay. This is from God's perspective. She explains it as something impossible. It's just an exercise she wanted to do, and she takes it with humor, which is interesting. The vinyl version has a bridge and 2 key changes in the chorus, and the last one goes up even more. Insane. That's crazy. Okay. Let me see the translation for it. It sucks though. I wish I would have heard that. That would have been amazing. But I follow you, you improvise, whether you go slow or whether you rush. You never realize that I'm your shadow, and that's my way of showing that I've thought of you and missed you. I know your desires, your undesirable desires. My breath is the wind that brushes your hair, and out of love I'm right behind. I go behind you, I who always wait for them to come to me. I don't like to make divine intervention, but today I'm going to stalk my baby so I can make him fall in love. Yeah, I mean, it could be a translation thing, but it's almost like there's like the 2 perspectives mixed into one. It's, yes, like this all-powerful God intervention like thing, but it also could sound like Rosalia kind of going back and saying like, I'm gonna get back at you, and you're never gonna know who it is that's getting back at you. It'll feel like God is intervening and making my life more complicated. So it's kind of both, in a way. I love in my own way, here and anywhere. My sun strikes mistress of the world and of ideas. Everyone wants me by their side. My inbox is exploding. I live up in the clouds, and the devil lends me his pressure. I love to race against time to see which of us reaches you first. I'm not a whore to pass time. I'm the labyrinth you can't escape. And then the chorus again. It's pretty much the same thing until the end. I who've always been so spoiled, and my omnipresence leaves me exhausted, but his heart I'm going to kidnap and chase him without mercy. It's like she wants to sing from the perspective of God getting back at him, but it's also she's using God as a medium to say that she potentially wants to get back at him, or wants karma to get back at him, Okay. I just read the title of this track, and I know exactly what that is. Isn't that the jugular? Like the vein in the neck? Oh! Thanks, Brendan. It's okay. Enjoy stuffing your face with whatever food you have. I'm glad to be your entertainment. Okay, let's... La Yugular. I probably butchered that word, but Yugular. That thing.
Cuántas peleas recuerda
Oh.
las líneas de mis manos. Cuántas historias caben metidas en 21 gramos. Tú que tan lejos y a la vez
The switch up.
cerca. Tú que tan lejos y a la vez más cerca que mi propia vena yugular.
Yeah, vena, the vein. Wow. I can't wait for the French portion, by the way.
Mira, yo no tengo tiempo para odiar a Lucifer. Estoy demasiado ocupada.
I love that the strings really complement the lyrics.
Mi corazón.
I felt like the zoom in of the drama.
Estoy cortando las flores antes de que sea primavera, donde atan los caballos, los míos bien amarrados, la sangre y la suerte, aquí mano arrastrado. Tu amor es una avalancha,
Wow.
por su propio peso al existir. Ayer, hoy y mañana, la nieve en la que me quiero hundir. Menagles kudam merusame. Menagles ahdenul gahim.
Oh, shivers again. Shivers again. Guys, I'm entering heaven as we speak.
Yo quepo en el mundo y el mundo cabe en mí. Yo ocupo el mundo.
The production is insane.
Ocupa mí. Yo quepo en un haiku y un haiku ocupa un país. Un país cabe en una astilla ocupa la galaxia entera cabe en una gota de saliva, ocupa la quinta avenida, cabe en un piercing ocupa una pirámide, y una pirámide cabe en un vaso de leche.
This is connecting so many things.
Y un ejército cabe metido en una pelota de golf, ocupa el Titanic cabe en un pintalabios, ocupa el cielo una espina ocupa un continente, y un continente no cabe en él, pero él cabe en mi pecho ocupa su amor, en su amor me quiero perder.
Holy crap.
Big deal. I want to see the eighth heaven, heaven, thousandth heaven. You know, it's like break on through the other side. It's just like going through one door. One door isn't enough. A million doors aren't enough.
I don't know who the hell said that, but I will say that the whole, like, I was able to follow surprisingly like most of it, because it's like drawing connections between things, but like at first glance it seems like very quickly a random list of things, right? But where it really kind of started kicking in is like the entire galaxy. I don't know what Kabe is, but like this is a drop of saliva, and then it occupies the Fifth Avenue, and then Fifth Avenue is like a piercing, and then piercing occupies a pyramid, and then a glass of milk, and then I don't know what that is. But then Benito is like the golf terrain, and then golf terrain into Titanic, and Titanic into something else, and then something else into the sky, and then espionage. I think it's a spine, and then the spine into a continent, and then into him, God, and then God into mi pecho, which is my pectorals, my chest, and then it occupies his love, but then his love is what I it's a grammar that I'm having a bit of a hard time with, but en su amor me quiero perder is what I want to lose, or wants me to lose, or anyway. Okay, let me translate. Oh my God. It's the drama of it all. It's like the connections. It feels like flashes of just like memories and things. It's like one thing led to another, and here we are, you know. Okay, hold on. Let me. This one has Arabic. I just saw linguini fettuccine martini bikini. Is that in Arabic what it says? They say the spirit weighs 21 grams. That's why the body, when it is inert, when it is dead, it weighs 21 grams less. Whoa. Undibel is another way of saying God. A night. It is inspired by a saint who says that we must love God simply for being God. Ascend to the next level, the drama of the theatrics. And his love, I want to lose myself. Okay, that's what it meant. It's discussed from the macro to the micro level. It's very clever. Yeah, it's the interconnectivity between everything in life, right? Let me just... Okay, how many fights do the lions on my hands remember? How many stories fit inside 21 grams into a life, right? You who are far away and yet closer than ever, who are far away and yet closer than ever than my own jugular vein, right? Because the soul is like deep inside of you, and also the you know, religion and God is inside. For you I will destroy the sky. For you I would tear down hell. No promises, no threats. No promises, no threats. It's crazy. Look, I don't have the time to hate Lucifer. I'm too busy loving you. Okay, Undibel is another way of saying God. My heart, that's always in a race. I'm cutting the flowers before it's spring, where they tie up the horses. Mine are tied tight. Blood and luck have dragged me here. Your love is an avalanche. It collapses under its own weight just by existing. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow, the snow in which I want to sink. And I fit in the world, and the world fits in me. I occupy. Okay, that's what it is. Oh no, wait. Kabe is fit, and then obviously occupy is occupy, and the world occupies me. I fit in a haiku, and a haiku occupies a country. A piece. Okay, yeah. And then it fits a splinter. A splinter occupies the entire galaxy, and the entire galaxy fits in the drop of saliva. And then the rest I kind of understood. Fifth Avenue, like in New York. Oh, it just kicked in. Okay. Army fits inside a golf ball? Oh, pelota is a ball, not the grass. Because it made me think of the French word pelouse. Anyway. And lipstick. Okay. Thorns. Continent. Yeah, it's the connectivity of it all. On the macro level. By the way, Rosalia's haters say this album is pretentious. that's a little crazy because she grew up with this type of influence. This is like saying people who sing church music are pretentious. Like, no. It's just, it's part of your culture and your background, your upbringing, and your way of thinking. And a religion is all about that. It's about seeing yourself through the eyes of an all-powerful existence, to give you purpose, you know? So that's crazy. That's crazy. But, okay, I'm excited. This brings us to Sauvignon Blanc, which I'm assuming is going to have French in it. Now, I'm very excited. Is there no French in it? Yeah, no. The disappointment. Never mind. I guess it's later. Wow. She said it well. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of like that, taking a step back and just like enjoying the little moments. Wow. The contrast between the physical things and the references to religion are like crazy to me. Oh. The backup vocals like that, I don't think it's common in Rosalia's music. Oh, I had shivers again, and they literally attacked my back. Okay, I'm gonna be greedy. I would love to see just a big vocal moment, like a big build up, and really like that major moment of like a high note and then a drop. Because it felt like that with this track we could have definitely had that, and a lot of the climaxes that we've had in the songs are very production oriented. I want a big vocal climax and just kind of this gasp of air after, right? I don't know if we're gonna have that, but regardless, wow, there's something in the melody, and it's nice because I don't feel like we've had like very those types of backup vocals, not just like harmonies per se, but just like the melodies in the back of like really just kind of adding layers to it and not just like singing the same syllables at the same time. That was gorgeous. Okay. What was Sauvignon Blanc? Hold on. So I'm translating this. Did I miss a track? Yeah, no. I didn't miss it. Okay. Sauvignon Blanc. I'll kindle my light with the rose oil. I'll burn. which is crazy. I know I'll earn my peace when there's nothing left, nothing to lose. I don't want pearls or caviar anymore. Your love will be my capital. And what else matters? If I have you, I don't need anything else. Wow. Sauvignon Blanc by your side. My future will be golden. I'm no longer afraid of the past. At the bottom of my glass is Sauvignon Blanc. In my glass of Sauvignon Blanc. I will listen to God. I will throw away the Jimmy Choos. I will let the porcelain fall, and I will give away my grand piano, which is really metaphorical for music, if you think about it. It's like she's ready to give up music? Whoa. I'm fine if you are here today. This is really just life. I don't know if she's referring to like God or her ex. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe somebody else. It could be like a family member, or just as long as you're there, because like, I guess it could also apply like to a family member who, this might be a stretch, but like somebody who might, like, who could be sick and could die. And like, I don't care about the superficial stuff. I just want you. I want your love and I want your presence. I don't need anything else, and I'll give it all to, like, almost a sacrifice that you would do for God. Like I'll give it up, just help that person, you know? It's kind of that feeling that I have. But it could also be romantic in a way of like, I'm so in love with you that I would do anything for you. And that includes like putting aside my career, my money, my success. So I'm just not sure what the motivation is behind the song, but it definitely is about that. Not the one that appears on Genius. It's only the physical version. You didn't miss any. Okay. Thank you. I think it's for her sister. See? I was onto something. Yeah, it just doesn't have to be romantic. It could be just for like a family member that you're like, I give my all for you just to make it easier on you. Or okay. That brings us into La Rumba del Perdón. Okay. Oh, what happened?
La guitarra, ¿qué será lo que pasó? Que de golpe la guitarra ya no sonaba y ni sonaba el teléfono. No sería tan amigo cuando aflojó las cuerdas de la guitarra, de las primeras al bordón. Y ahí dentro metió el kilo, igual que el kilo. Él también desapareció, pero yo todito te los perdono.
Oh, wow. The entire album has been so cinematic. It's unreal.
Yo sé que tú eres pa' mí, yo sé que tú eres pa' mí, yo sé que tú eres pa' mí, yo sé que vendrás a mí. Dice en la calle que tú eres pa' mí, dice quien sabe que tú eres pa' mí, se dice en la plaza que tú eres pa' mí, dile a tu madre que tú eres pa' mí.
Wow.
sangre metía en las venas.
Primero viene el veneno y luego la pena.
La que piensas que puede escaparse del plan divino.
El que le está gritando del quinto al cuarto a su vecino.
La que siempre está dando muela y en habladuría. El que nunca dice lo que piensa aunque debería.
The orchestral work has been sublime.
Que dejar su botella.
La que se muerde los puños de rabia. Y la rabia
And the vocals
la
are
muerde a ella.
gorgeous as per usual.
El poder pesa más que el amor. Cuando el miedo está en ti y el deseo a tu alrededor. El que mató a puñalas y el pulso ni le tembló. Clava cuchillo tan hondo que lo perdió. El que tiene alma de santo pero sigue pecando.
Cuando has mentido por mentir o has mentido por tu edad. Cuando has querido más de lo que Dios te ha querido dar.
Anudar y desanudar, desnudarse y desnudar. Para hacerlo como se debe, 3 cosas necesitarás. Fuego en las manos, ternura en los ojos y a mí presente en el lugar. Técnicamente eso sería un trío, pero si solo miro no contará.
There's a lot of things I didn't understand about the lyrics, so I'll jump right into it. This one was a little more complicated for me to understand. But you and your heart brother, inseparable, well, probably soulmate. But something went wrong. There was an uncut kilo in your cajon as an instrument, making both the subject of her verse and his treacherous best friend of a band. Okay. And out of pure envy, someone stole it. Your best friend, the one who played guitar. What could have happened? All of a sudden, the guitar stopped playing, and the phone stopped ringing too. Yeah. Guess he wasn't that good of a friend when he loosened the guitar strings from the first to the bass, and he hid the kilo inside. And just like that kilo, he disappeared too. Okay, but I forgive you all for it. I forgive you for it all. Okay, a lot of repetition. When you said I'm going out to have a smoke, looking to your youngest child's eyes. Okay, so children are involved. That's not great. You promised him you'd be back in no time. You never again crossed the threshold of the doorway. You left through the day, but I know you are meant for me. I know you are meant for me. I know you're meant for me. I know you will come back. The streets say that you are meant for me, and those who say, hold on. Oh, I'm having a hard time reading. Those who know say you are meant for me. They say in the square you are meant for me. Yeah, Plaza. Tell your mother you are meant for me. Then of course again. To those with no blood running through their veins, first comes the poison, then comes the pain. To the one who thinks she can escape the divine plan, and the one shouting from the 5th floor down to his neighbor, the one always gossiping and spreading talk, the one who never says that they would think, even though they never says what they think, even though they should, the one who left me before leaving his bottle, the one who bites her fists in rage and the rage bites her back. When power weighs more than love, when fear lives in you and desire circles around you, the one who killed by stabbing and his pulse never shook, the stab so deep he lost the knife. Jesus Christ. The one with a saint's soul but keeps on sinning. Well, yeah, because you don't have a choice. Sometimes life forces you in that direction. When you have lied just to lie or lied for your truth. When you have loved more than God meant to give you. To tie or untie, to undress or undressed, to undress or be undressed. To do the right thing, you will need 3 things: fire in your hands, tenderness in your eyes, and me present in the place. Technically, that would make it a trio. But If only watch, it will not count. But if I only watch, it will not count. Wow. It's like yes, it's a lot, but it also, it's kind of like a bit like a karmic notion of life, of like whatever, like the consequences of actions and how it impacts you in other aspects, right? So it's like when you do something there, people are going to talk about it in a different location. When you deal with drugs and you disappear, it's going to affect you as a parent. It's like extending on that idea of everything being connected together, but much more in the after before. When you do this, you get a consequence. When you do that, there's another consequence. And the morality of it all, especially. It's like sometimes you have to lie for the best of everybody, but the action itself is immoral, but the consequences are moral. Sometimes you need to, be cold-blooded, which makes you appear as a bad person, but sometimes you need to be stable to get through something, So there's something that's much bigger than life in this conversation, which is really impressive, but it starts with like much more like a very dry story of like, hey, this guy was like trading drugs and then he disappeared. But it's also playing with the perspective of things. It's like at first he disappears and you're like, what the fuck, bro? Why did you disappear? And you're just not part of my life anymore. But it goes so much deeper than that because it's the entanglement with the drugs and whatever cartels or mafia that you're dealing with. And it's like everything's so much deeper and tied deeper than meets the eye, which I think is also something like at the end of the song when she sings fire in your hands, tenderness in your eyes. It's like, you need to see things not as they are, but with a certain compassion because it's so much more complicated than it might look like, right? Wow. That is crazy. There's so much work that has been put into those tracks and lyrics and instrumentation. Insane. This is God's perspective, if I'm not mistaken, saying that people do various things, but he can forgive them if they are sincere and repent. Yeah. Eusexual, I haven't listened to it. Maybe one day. Okay, we have 2 tracks left. Memória and Magnolias. Let's go. Let's power through.
Ainda sabes de onde eu vi, que sou esta que aqui estou.
That is Portuguese.
Diz-me no meu olhar triste que alguma memória existe. E ainda sabes quem sou. Diz-me se ainda tropeço, se me alegro, se agradeço, ou se ainda sei cantar. Recorda-me, por favor, alguma coisa, o que for, que eu não consigo lembrar.
It's gorgeous.
Vem comigo pela cidade, diz-me com sinceridade se tu te lembras de mim. cresci, amei, com quem vivi e me dei, ou se a algo eu pus fim. Será que tu me conheces? Que o tempo passa e não esqueces quem eu fui e sou, enfim.
Wow.
Oh, meu doce coração, diz-me se sabes ou não, ainda te lembras de mim?
Siempre que me acuerdo de algo, siempre lo recuerdo un poco diferente. Y sea como sea ese recuerdo, siempre es verdad en mi mente. Y si mi alma se derrama en la falta de pasado, es el olvido. Cuando muera solo pido no olvidar lo que viví. Será que tu me conheces? Que o tempo passa e não esqueces que eu fui isso, enfim. Oh, meu doce coração, diz-me se sabes ou não, ainda te lembras
Whoa.
de mim.
I feel like I haven't heard anything like that in such a long time. This is like the closest to, I mean, as we're closing out the album in the next track, this is the closest to I've personally heard in a pop format, technically, an opera. The production has been cinematic in the way that a play is. I feel like I went to a art theater and I just like watched performances one after another. There's something so angelic and theatrical about everything from this album. It's stunning. Like absolutely incredibly stunning. Okay, let me translate the lyrics. It feels very conclusive. Like from the paragraph for the verse, I mean, in Spanish, I could like, and Memória, like obviously it's about the memories that were built, right? So from the verse in Spanish, I could tell that it's very much about like the end and like remembering what happened in the past and the like in the future, maybe forgetting, right? So, do you still remember me? Do you know where I come from, who I am, and the one standing here? Tell me in my sad look, some recollection remains, and you still know who I am. Tell me if I still stumble, if I'm joyful, or if I'm grateful, or if I know how to sing. Remind me, please, of something, whatever it is that I can't remember. Come with me through the city. Tell me sincerely if you remember me when I grew up and loved, with whom I lived and gave myself, or if I put an end to something. Chorus again. Actually, no, it's the first chorus. Do you know me? Does time pass and you don't forget who I was and I am anyway? Oh, my sweetheart, tell me if you know me or not. Do you still remember me? It feels like it almost feels like it could definitely pass for the relationship in a way. Actually, hold that thought. Let me get back to it. Whenever I remember something, I remember it in a different way, and however that memory may be, it's always true in my mind. Yeah. And if my soul overflows in the absence of the past is the oblivion, when I die, I just ask not to forget what I've lived. It feels like There's different possibilities for this one. It's like almost like envisioning yourself in the future when you are about to die, being like, I hope I don't forget. But it almost feels like she could be singing from the perspective of a grandparent who is getting older, and Rosalia is like, do you remember me, right? Do you like, are you still there? Do you feel the same thing that I feel? But also at the same time, it's almost like in another very different perspective. Imagine you die and you show up at the gates of heaven, and you're like, hey God, do you remember who I am? Because I feel like I've forgotten parts of myself through everything that I've lived, the good in me. Can you remind me who I am? It feels kind of like a mix of all that together. I don't know what the inspiration is exactly, but it's very serene is how the production felt to me. And it's very much about like trying to find the inner peace, because it can lead to a lot of turmoil when you're like, you don't remember what you did, because you're like, I could have been a bad person, I could have been a good person, but like it's this uncertainty, and you're like, please reassure me with the fact that you remember who I was. If that makes any form of sense. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what perspective she's singing from. But it applies in so many different ways. And then this leads us to Magnolias. A little bit disappointed because there was no French in the standard version of the album, only in the physical version.
Vieras pasar a tu lado la muerte en la Mercedes, la que se alarga, te da buena suerte. Todos habéis venido, hasta mis enemigos hoy lloran. Tírame magnolias, tírame magnolias, tírame magnolias, tírame magnolias.
Oh, that's such a very interesting vocal arrangement.
Sobre mi ataúd, que temes quemando ruedas, lágrimas y goma se derriten la madera. Gasolina y vino tinto, puros y chocolates, bailando con amor encima de mi cadáver. Hoy se derrocha.
Oh. Yeah, I felt like we were heading into like the death conclusion, right? Wow. This is inspired by the Hindu saint and mystic. Ah.
Algún que otro navajazo me he llevado de la vida. Ella a mí me desarmó y yo le estoy agradecida. Y lanzará azúcar lugar moreno sobre mi ataúd. Quedaros despiertos hasta que vuelva otra vez la luz. Promete que me protegerás, a mí y a mi nombre en mi ausencia. Yo que vengo de las estrellas, hoy me convierto en polvo para volver con ella.
Wow. Wow. It did with like not only the church bells, which is very obvious, but the overall melody of it felt very much like the honor, like the religious celebration of a death. The commemoration of moving on to something else. And you know, it's funny because it actually reminded me, I feel like it could have also been a track where a voice like Sam Smith's would have been amazing. If you guys listen to Gloria from the album Gloria, it's very much a similar production in terms of the track. And there's something so angelic. It could have been like, I feel like if there were to be some sort of additional version of the song, Sam could definitely be such an addition to it. But anyway, this is not about that. There's a parallel. Obviously, I don't have the full context here. I'll translate the lyrics in a minute. But there is a parallel between the death of someone and laying the flowers on them to commemorate them, and the death of a relationship. No matter what the nature of that relationship is, whether it's romantic or a friend or a relationship with religion and God, like it feels like the process of laying flowers on the body, on the tomb, is kind of like this acceptance of it's now over and it's time to move on. And that's the overall kind of energy that I get from this track of like, after all this, after the highs and the lows, I accept the things that are for what they are. I pay on like my respects to them, and I'm closing out this chapter, which makes it, as you say, a Junior, like this is how an album ends. This is a great conclusive track. So what you said is, which was a massive celebration filled with flowers, where the followers showed not mourning but joy and peace for her spiritual ascension. I who come from the stars today return to dust. Yeah. So if I translate the lyrics, they say that if you were to see me, death pass by your side in that long Mercedes, which I'm assuming is a hearse, it brings you... Oh, Mercedes. No, it could be a horse, I think. I don't know. It brings you luck, and all of you have come, even my enemies today, to cry, throw me magnolias. Yeah. Tirame. Over my coffin, KTM's burning rubber, tears and smoke melt into the wood. Gasoline and red wine, cigars and chocolate dancing with love on top of my corpse. Today, it's all excess mocking fate. And what I didn't do in life, you do in death. God ascends and I ascend, we meet in the middle. A stab or two I've taken my life, she disarmed me and I'm grateful for it. And throw brown sugar over my coffin and stay awake until the light returns again. Promise that you'll protect me and my name in my absence. Me who come from the stars today return to dust to return with them. Yeah. Wow. You know what? I gotta say, this album, so far, I think in my life, the number one album that I've always had in terms of like ranking, the quality, the production, the cohesiveness, my number one album has been Lemonade by Beyonce. which, by the way, still believe that it should have won Album of the Year at the Grammys over Adele's 25. Not that 25 is not good, but just Beyonce was that. Lemonade was that album. This is probably a match to that. This is, in my life, having heard countless albums of music, like minimally number 2, if not number 1, in terms of the best made album ever. From the production to the vocal performance to the writing of it, like if you have noticed, maybe in my ranking and my scoring of the albums, I give 31 points. 30 for the production, 30 for the songwriting, and 10 for the production, 10 for the songwriting, and 10 for the vocal performance, plus 1 bonus star when it's coherent and practically a concept album. This might be close to a perfect score, which I have never given on the channel before. I have to think about it. I just want to go through it again. But it's been, the entire album is an experience. It is reminiscent of the religious aspect of life, of the introspection and the belief of a higher power and how it affects your day-to-day life. It embodies the sentiment of trusting something that is bigger than you to define purpose and alignment. And yeah, exactly. The 1 is for the cohesiveness. So this is kind of like the whole concept / topic star, which I kind of sort of consider a bonus star, but it's not quite because I still score out of 31. And from the concept to the conception of it, might I say immaculate conception, there is something so untouchable about it. Like, I'm sorry, Rosalia is brilliant. Like, she made a masterpiece. I don't know what else to add. There's nothing you could say about this. This is fucking untouchable as a project. It is not only displaying her mastery of music, both writing and production wise, but also vocally. But it feels so personal, yet so global at the same time. It tackles topics that everybody can relate to, but also at other times it goes down to depths that feel like she shared parts of her soul in. It is stunning. It is international, yet still very much a signature. I'm happy that I finally got to it, but it just, I'm flabbergasted by this album. This is, like I'm telling you, the last time I felt like this about a project was Lemonade by Beyonce when it came out back in 2016. So it's a once in a decade album, I feel. I'm absolutely speechless. I'm truly, truly speechless. This is a stunning album. Stunning. Wow. Wow. Yeah, I don't know what to add. There's literally nothing to add. Congratulations on this masterpiece, Rosalia. Huh. You're still here. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little surprised. I guess you're really, really patient. Or weird. I don't know which one I prefer. Anyway. Enjoy. If you leave a mean comment on one of my videos, don't worry. I definitely won't be crying myself to sleep at 3 a.m. in the bed that you see behind me. I'm not even kidding. I got bullied way too much as a kid to even feel anything nowadays. Did I make a mistake or say something wrong? Or maybe you have something that you want to let me know about this video. Feel free to let me know in the comments down below. But please, be mindful of what you leave there. My mom reads them sometimes. Sometimes. Yeah, sometimes I talk without even considering that the artist I'm reacting to could ever listen to my video. Unless you're Grant Kanoki. In that case, hi Grant. I hope I never say anything that could irk you. I don't want to be put on any form of blacklist. Can you believe that I wrote all these outros by myself? I definitely did not waste 5 business days to write them. I hope you enjoyed them. You can't see it, but I am most definitely wearing pants. I just choose never to get up during my videos.